Compostable cups makes you feel good, right? You're doing your bit for the environment as a business owner, as a consumer. It's brilliant. But the thing that I want to talk to you today about is the life cycle of the compostable cup. And actually, 9 out of 10 compostable cups end up in landfill. So that's a problem, isn't it? Because compostable cups, when put in landfill, create the same greenhouse gases as regular cups. Let me talk to you so you can find out more about this. I had a customer recently ask me to provide her with a case of compostable cups. Now, most other kind of distributors would be like, yeah, that's fine. Order taken, dispatch, delivery, tick, job done. But here at Astral, we like to kind of get under the skin of what our customer actually needs and try to save them money and make them understand and do their bit for the environment. So the first question is, why do you want compostable cups? And she said, because I want to do my bit for the environment. Great. Do you have a compostable waste service? No. Do I need a compostable waste service? So where do your customers take their cups after they use them? Oh, they take them and just throw them in the general waste. And when a compostable cup is thrown in the general waste, it's thrown in that heap of rubbish and then emits methane, the same as the rest of the rubbish. So what do you do with a compostable cup? What is the difference between compostable and biodegradability? Because these terms are used interchangeably and lots of people think they mean the same thing, but they don't. So sit down, get a cup of tea, and I'll tell you everything that you need to know. So what does biodegradable mean? Biodegradable means that the item in question can break down into smaller parts of its former self. So, like a plastic bag can claim to be biodegradable, this glass here can claim to be biodegradable, anything can claim to be biodegradable as long as it breaks down under an unspecified period of time. So anything can claim to be biodegradable. So all of these, it's a massive buzzword, it's one that is used, it's quite impressive, but actually if you think about what biodegradable means, it means that it can break down eventually. So all of those images that you see of the heart-wrenching images you see of sea life being killed and wrapped up in biodegradable plastic. We all know that plastic isn't the greatest invention, but plastic can claim to be biodegradable. So biodegradable isn't really the way forward. What does compostable mean? Compostability means that the product in question is created from the elements around us, oxygen, nitrogen, carbon dioxide, etc. And within 180 days in a council disposable compostable service, it will return to its former natural state. That's what compostability means. So if you have a compostable cup, within 180 days, it will completely disappear into the elements it was once formed of. However, compostability only happens in industrial council sites under specific conditions. General waste are not those conditions. So you go to the cafe, now we know what they mean, you go to the cafe, you get a compostable cup, you drink it, what do you do with it? Well, currently there's not very much provision for compostable waste on the high street. There's no compostable bins last time I checked, there's nowhere to throw your compostable rubbish. So what do you do with it? Do you take it home and put it in your food waste recycling? No, doesn't go there. Do you take it home and put it in your compost heap? No, doesn't go there. Recycling? Nope, doesn't go there. So it needs to be sent specifically to the council disposal service for compostable waste, where it will be treated to make sure to catalyse its compostability. Catalyse is a great word. To catalyse its compostability. So what do you need to do with it? So contact your council and start petitioning them to provide compost waste, because there's a massive hole in this thought process. Yes, compostable cups, great, makes everybody feel great, but actually in real terms and in real use, there's nowhere to put them that doesn't create greenhouse gases, unless you go back to the cafe owner. Now, the cafe owner that I was talking to didn't have a compostable waste service, and she was just trying to do her bit for the environment based on the information that had been put out there to the wider public. But there are very little places to put your compostable cup. Speak to your council, speak to your employer about engaging with the council, about arranging a compostable uplift from their premises. If you work for a big enough employer, then that can happen. This will only change if we make a change. The thing that you can do immediately to help is to go to the cafe with a cup or with a disposable cup or a thermos or something, and just hand it to them and say, put it in there. And that's what they're currently doing in the larger coffee chains, because they are aware of this, but nobody's telling you about it. Nobody's talking about it. But now I'm talking about it. So share this video. Let's see if we can get a lot of views with this video, and let's spread the word, because compostable cups currently are not the way forward.